What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today we are playing some Watcher of Realms. First of all, I want to go ahead and apologize to you guys about this sort of like spotty stream stuff that's been going on with the holidays. My work has put me on a holiday schedule, which means I am working all sorts of crazy days. And so I just haven't really been able to keep to that schedule, but don't worry, we will be back to that schedule full-time next week, provided of course nothing crazy happens. So a little bit of a little thing there for you guys if you guys watch the stream. If you don't currently come to the stream, there'll be a link in the description below. You guys can come check it out. I will probably be streaming maybe tonight or tomorrow. We'll have to see what it looks like because my holiday schedule is still a little wonky, but we shall see. But let's go ahead and dive right into the point of today's video, and that is going to be to discuss the newest champion in the game, Uredin. And now normally I do this video when the banners come out, so I'm a little late with doing it, but again, with the work and everything, I haven't had a chance to do it, but I want to get it done for you guys now so we can take a quick look. Unfortunately, the banner is gone. Hopefully you guys got lucky and you saw all the other content creators make their videos about this guy, and he's real good, guys. He is really, really good. I'm a little disappointed that we're getting another really, really good fighter, because I feel like I'd like to see a little more oomph all over the place. For example, like let's get a really good defender or a new really good support. Really, I mean, if I'm being honest here, guys, I want to see more 3 and 4 stars added to the game instead of just 5 stars. I think that's one of the things that this game has not done very well with, and that is diversifying the abilities that are on all of their different champions. And I know I've seen a lot of people complain about it, but I'd really like to see, let's put an epic with anti-healing into the game, right? Or let's put a rare that has, whatever skill, right? I think that would be something that would be really good for them to do. But that's another video. Let's dive into this guy, Uredin, the Noble Reaper. He is a chaotic cultist, so going to do really, really well with the Gons or the Vladov as the leader. And of course, he's going to do really well with your Aeon, your Morrigan, your Demi, right? Really, really powerful champion. He is a magic fighter, okay? And let's just dive right in. The first thing that I see right off the bat, guys, is he has the execution talent. This is really, really powerful. The only other champion in the game that has this, as far as I'm aware, is Vierna. So this is really, really cool, okay? But let's go ahead and dive into his passive. So after the ultimate is cast, basic attack will turn into Phantom Strike for 15 seconds. If the ultimate is cast when Potent Surge maxes out, basic attack will turn into Soul Harvest for 15 seconds. So let's read what these things do. So Phantom Strike makes the basic do 150% AoE damage to at most 10 enemies in the range of the ultimate. That's pretty good. Makes his basic attack AoE. His basic attack is actually already AoE, so it's 100% up to 120 to 5 enemies. So this makes it 150 to 10 enemies. So it's a very large jump. It more than doubles the damage he's going to do on his basic, right? Because this is only 5 enemies for 120. This is 10 enemies for 150, right? So we're adding 30% and 5 enemies, which is really, really powerful. And then if the ultimate is cast when Potent Surge maxes out, which Potent Surge, let's see, is that a passive thing? Rage can continue to... Oh, okay, so this is not actually built into any... Oh, yeah, here it is. Potent Surge. Yeah, okay. So Potent Surge is just the ability to cover cap over the Rage cap. So that sounds like you're probably not going to want to cast his ultimate until you've reached that accumulation, right? Of course, I haven't had a chance to play with him, so I'm not 100% sure if that's how it works, if that would be the best option. But Soul Harvest seems really powerful because, one, it's 120% damage, which is the same as the normal basic, right? But it deals it to 210 enemies, so it doubles the damage, but then it also deals it 2 times, which means not only are you getting doubled damage, but they're doubling it again, right? And really, it's like 3 times the damage, right? Because you're getting it dealt twice to double the targets. So you're getting like 4x damage, whatever, right? A lot of damage. So very powerful here. I think that that's probably what you're going to want to do. So, pairing him with, some rage generators like your Eloins, your Laurels, your, whatever rage gen champs you guys have, I think will be really powerful for him, because you're going to get a lot of damage from this Soul Harvest. I have a reason to believe, right? And again, we already looked at his basic. Again, it's just 100% up to 120 to 5 enemies. It's not a bad basic, but of course the talent is going to make that basic basically non-existent, right? Let's look at the first passive, Phantom Rage. A lower HP grants a higher rage regen per auto with a maximum increase of 9 when the HP reaches 30%. And this goes up to 10, 11, 15. That's a lot of rage regen. Oh, that's a lot. Let's look at the base rage regen he has. Where is it? So he has 12 at base. And it adds up to 15. So that's 27 rage per basic, that's insane. That's insane, especially if you can. Let's see what his attack interval is actually really long at 3.5 seconds. So you'd want to probably get him down to a very low attack speed. I feel is probably going to be really good for him, because you want to be able to do as many attacks in this Phantom Strike and or Soul Harvest window, and also because you want to generate that rage really, really quickly. And because he generates so much rage from his basics because of this passive, it's going to be very powerful, I would assume. Let's go on to the second passive, Arbiter of Death. When dealing damage using Soul Harvest, there's a 20% chance to execute the enemies. Okay, so you have to have Soul Harvest up for execute. So this kind of reiterates my point I made before, where you're probably going to want to wait till you hit that Potent Surge cap, because that's when he's going to do the real juicy stuff of his kit, which is that execution. And it's 20% base, and when you skill it up, it will go up to a 30% chance when the HP of the enemy is starting at 25, going up to 35%. And then also, when receiving fatal damage during the effect of your Phantom Strikes or your Soul Harvest, the hero will enter Unyielding, which is basically the unkillable, right? Which can be triggered up to 1 time per deployment. It's a 5-second, and it goes up to 7s with passive or with skill ups, right? So this is actually a really interesting passive. I really like this passive. Because the execution is amazing, right? It gives us a melee version of Vienna in that sense, because it's AoE, and it's pretty powerful in my opinion. I think execution is one of the best things in the game, because it's just a huge chunk of damage, right? But then also, having Unyielding on this champion is really, really powerful as well, right? We look at some champions that have Unyielding, like Aatrox, or not Aatrox, I'm sorry, Decimus. Wow, my words today, my brain is broken. Decimus and Baron, right? They both have Unyielding. Regulus has Unyielding, so being a fighter with Unyielding is very powerful. He's going to be able to stay alive. And then also, being able to trigger it with both Phantom Strike and Soul Harvest means basically as long as you have his ultimate available, you're going to be able to go into that Unyielding phase, which is really, really good. Speaking of his ultimate, let's go ahead and dive in. So it's Obliterating Blast. It attacks up to 10 enemies in a large range ahead, dealing 300% AoE damage and inflicting stun. Very powerful. When Potent Surge maxes out, attacks up to 10 enemies in a large range ahead, dealing 800% AoE damage and inflicting stun. Okay, so I was going to say that I think that we could have had a conflicting, play style here with the Obliterating Blast, his ultimate, because sometimes the ultimate is really powerful, and holding the ultimate off for something else may not necessarily be good. However, Obliterating Blast, his ultimate, also scales with that Potent Surge. So getting up to your max ultimate cap, which it goes up down to 800, so building up 1600 rage is going to more than double the damage of the ultimate, and also bring the Phantom Strike and make it into the Soul Harvest. So definitely 100% you want to wait till you hit that 1600 cap, which is going to be really powerful for damage. Of course, the damage will go up by 200%, making it 500%. And this 800% will go up to 1200%. So it is very, very powerful. 100% going to want to be the way you play that. So I can definitely see how he would be broken. I mean, let's look at, yeah, he's 5-0 almost across the board, right? You get down gear rate 2, he's a little lower. AMR, he's a little lower. Codex, he's a little lower. I don't necessarily think that that is true. I feel like he was going to be really good in that first stage. These kind of make sense, right? He's not very single targety. Gear rate 3, he's not going to do anything. Anti-air, he probably can't hit anti-air, I would assume, so kind of makes sense. Let's look at the Awakens, though. His A1, during the effect of Unyielding granted by Arbiter of Death, increase attack speed by 200. Wow. That is really good. And when the effect ends, restore 50% HP. We love that, right? Super, super good. Especially if you put, like, Volca on the field with him, right? Because then Volca is going to give him that healing whenever he deals damage. So he's just basically probably going to end up being at 100% HP again, which is really powerful. His A2 is 50% crit damage. We love that. His A3, when Potent Surge maxes out, damage of Obliterating Blast ignores 40% of the target's MRES. Wow. Just kind of stacking on to that, waiting for your Potent Surge to max out. Very good. A4 is Penetration. I'm kind of surprised this isn't Rage Regen Auto, but we'll take Pen. Definitely not bad. And then his A5, for each enemy taking damage from Obliterating Blast, increase attack by 5% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 5 stacks. Wow. So 25% bonus attack, which is very, very powerful. I can definitely see how this guy is insane when it comes to being a fighter. Of course, it also makes sense. That's why he's chaotic, and he's one of the newest heroes. So, of course, he's going to have a little bit of extra power because of that. But overall, I am really excited for Uredin. I wish I could have gotten him this weekend. Sadly, I did not. But I know several people that did. So super, super cool there. I might actually ask them if I can borrow their account to show him off in combat once they get him built up. We'll see. Don't expect it, but it might happen. But guys, did you pull for Uredin this weekend? If you did you get lucky? Leave it down in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you liked the video. And make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more content from me in the future so you can be notified when that content goes live. That's going to be it for me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.